Live. Thank you so much for tuning in on this amazing Sunday. I just woke up from a lekker nap. Typical colored, you always do a Sunday nap. It is a must. We are going live with Wayleen because maybe it's Maybelline. Very interesting character. She's a comedian, a Namibian comedian. She's currently based in South Africa, and today we'll be chatting to her, really just finding out how life is on that side. I'm really super excited about that. Also, officially, this is the second hashtag live with Adriano for 2021. I'm excited about that. So let's see if we can quickly get a hold of Wayleen and maybe see where she is, get to invite her, see what she's up to. And please, if you are live with us, please don't hesitate to pop us some questions, ask her some questions. I think one thing that I really admire about her is just her body positivity and, also how she's just cemented herself within the comedian space. So I think, if you Namibian and you're finding yourself in South Africa, making it big on that side, because she definitely is, just how she's really just kept her brand consistent. So let's see who can find, maybe it's Waybeline. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that correct, but Wayleen Beekes in simple Afrikaans, yeah? So I actually had a Reiki here because I was trying to tie a bola just for Wayleen. I need to find out, is it Wayleen, Maybelline? Which one is it? So yeah, let's see if we can quickly get a hold of her. And yeah, I love her energy, honestly. I met her once. So if you are joining us and you've met Wayleen, please drop some questions. I know there's also some fan questions and supporter questions. If you want to ask Wayleen some questions, please just drop them right here. It is hashtag live with Adriano every Sunday. So let's see if we can quickly get a hold of her. Hey, James, thank you so much. James, how are you? Show some love, guys. Also, give me some hearts. Give some hearts. Okay, so Wayleen, you're unable to connect with me. Let's just retry that again. Also, guys, well, how's your Sunday? Please let me know. Wat het julle geëet? Wat het julle gekook? Yeah, I bride. Please go view my status. Ek het lekker chops gemaak and vlees and garlic brood. So, yeah, that's what I had. What did you guys have for lunch? Let me know. And also, from the lives thus far, how's it been? Did you enjoy the lives thus far for the year? I don't know, I can't even keep track of how many lives we had, but amazing personalities that we've had here. And I think it's all about learning. Hello!
Sorry guys,
how are you?
I know I'm good. I just can't believe I'm running late for live. The screen is so dirty, so let me just quickly.
Did you just lick your screen and clean it?
Yeah. I was a bit blurry, man.
How are you?
I'm good and you.
Well, thank you. I literally just woke up from a quick power nap because I timed and I was like, listen, I've got a live.
I've got
Yeah.
my nap shirt on. I've got my nap shirt on.
So you just quickly put in the hoodie and here you are.
Aesthetics, could you make it look like I came from somewhere? No, I came from bed.
Yeah. What color is your hair though? Purple.
It's like a
Oh wow.
purple mixture thing. So what it's gonna do is,
okay, this is not a wig.
Permanent. No, this is my hair. So what's gonna happen is this purple's gonna wash out and it's gonna become like this gray white color, which is essentially the color I want. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wayleen, how have you been?
I mean, I was talking to a friend today, a comedy friend I haven't spoken to in a while. We asked her, how are you? And she's like, alive. And I'm like, you know what? Alive.
Yeah, I think being alive is what's important. Listen, I'm going to quickly put on my earphones as well. So I can just hear you clearly. But, you and I have met, I think, once. Right? I can hear you. I can hear you guys. So if you can hear us, please just give us a thumbs up. Pop some questions to Wayleen. Is it Wayleen or maybe it's Maybelline? Because I kind of feel those are two different characters. Which is it?
It's my name is Wayleen.
Wayleen Beekes.
Yeah, and obviously maybe it's Waybeline. I wouldn't say two different characters, but I would say that my online persona is more Waybeline. Or
Mm-hmm.
how? No, let me rather say this: my stand-up itself, you can't hear me properly. Someone says they can't hear me properly,
Mm.
and now, um, is it fine
Maybe we could
now?
just
I
get
am the Peden Smith. I am the Peden Smith. um, so I think my stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
When someone once asked me why don't I perform, or a lot of I've also thought about it. They're like, you think it's the headphones? My roommate
Yeah.
is taking a shower, listening to music. So I'm like, I don't want to take my headphones off, but you guys are hearing the sound of the house. And let's try it.
Listen, let's try. Let's start taking off the headphones because I think that was the problem as well because I could hear you properly. It's fine if we hear the shower.
Okay,
Uh,
that's fine.
this is much better. Yeah.
So someone once asked me, why don't I just perform under Waybeline? Or maybe it's Waybeline.
Mm-hmm.
Get follow and stuff. I'm like, and I mean, I guess there's like some form of that, but I think it's
Yeah.
because I perform, or like, how can I say, my stand-up is real. It comes
Yeah.
from my personal experiences. So
Mm-hmm.
it needs to fall under my name, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. And if Instagram, God forbid, or social media and stuff goes away tomorrow,
Right.
Waybeline must still have a career. I must still have that thing that I do as an artist.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the Waybeline thing is cool. The name is
Yeah.
cool, but it's not my name.
Yeah.
Not my real name.
Exactly. Do you sometimes feel it's tough being Waybeline and then being Maybelline because there's a thin characteristic in terms of what you share as a performer, and then also trying to really stay true to who you are because many of friends would want to come to you and they're like, "Hey, Waylene," and then they would expect you to be Maybelline and not realize. But listen, guys, today I'm not Maybelline. I'm just Waylene.
What's actually been really cool is my friends, 100%, even my very, very colored mother
Mm-hmm.
understands it so well that so when people don't even respect that boundary, I'm like, if she could learn it, you guys can. Before my parents would
Yeah.
call or tell me something, they ask me, hey, do you have a show? What's happening? Before we just drop information on you, we want to find out how you're feeling. Are you
Right.
capable of things? Because they also understand it takes a lot out of a performance, takes a lot out. So
Mm-hmm.
they're like, not to distract you from something. There's a no. I don't know if people still say they can't hear me.
Maybe just a little bit of projection on depending on where your phone is standing as well. If you just get a bit closer as well, let's see if that would work.
There's a no.
Amper sê ek slaat die phone laat ek kan hoor.
Miskien like sometimes you see
Oh,
it.
that's much better. I can hear you now.
Yeah, because it's
Oh yeah, must hit the phone. Like sometimes the phone just needs a bit of smacking.
okay, is this better? But now I have to hold
Much
it.
better.
Um,
Okay.
where were we at? Yeah, so
About your stepmom.
yeah.
Mm.
Someone said I can't hear anything. Listen, I'm gonna leave and come back quickly.
Okay, let's quickly do that. Perfect. Okay, I just took off my earphones from the stand. So Waybeline just quickly left. Let's gonna see if that's gonna work. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for also these technicalities are things that we don't have control of. Let's see if we can quickly invite her back, and please drop some questions. If you have really interesting questions. Also, thank you so much to Peden. I know you also based in Cape Town and you're doing amazing things on your live, and I think it is so important now more than ever. I think the colored representation is very important. So we'll be chatting with you very, very soon as well. So, Waybeline,
Hi.
we're back.
Is this everyone okay now? Can we hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
There's nothing.
We just need a thumbs up from one person at least to say, listen, I can hear you.
Yeah, just one person. Because there's nothing worse than a stand-up comic who can't be heard. It's like my main crutch.
Yeah. Unless you have the phone like really up close.
And it's like, hey. But you can hear me from the angle, right?
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
It's 50-50. It's much
It's
better.
50-50.
At this point, it's you guys.
Yes.
Nah, at this point, this isn't my issue. Are you guys watching from Androids? Be honest. Be honest. Because now it's
I
just.
think, yeah, this is sort of like a, iPhone Android situation.
I'm just being blamed here. But no one else is also taking blame. Um,
Okay.
yeah, like I was saying,
Yeah,
so
so the different characters in terms of you, your brand, and, those who know you and those that sort of confuse you at times. Let's talk about that.
so yeah, so like my friends and family are quite good on that front. And what
Mm-hmm.
I found recently is my audience, my online audience, has also gotten better at it because I've been more honest about what I go through, not in the sense of wanting sympathy, but in the sense of having them
Mm.
understand, make people understand. Because sometimes I'm like, you know what, there is that form of on Instagram, especially on Instagram, we like to make it seem like our lives are going good and great, and yes, they are sometimes,
Yeah.
but the hurdles and stuff are also sometimes there that make things harder. So it's just
Yeah.
to have your audience know, because to a degree that is also a relationship. That is a relationship you have.
Yeah.
So communication is key in any relationship. So I will tell if I was like, I mean, this week I have a stomach ulcer, and it's horrible, man.
Yeah.
It's so horrible. And I've made people aware of it, just in the sense of like, because you don't know subconsciously someone you don't have to send me a message or check up on me, I'm fine, but just so that you subconsciously know,
Yeah.
example, no way, can't go out drinking tonight, she has a stomach ulcer, example,
Right.
something like that. So it's just making people aware a bit more of your situations, on who you are. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
to a degree, more people most people are um, um, more quiet, more reserved, even as a performer, because that's a different
Right.
thing. I think
Mm.
I just found I spent a lot of time pretending, and I spent a lot of time lying and being someone else, that I find
Yeah.
honestly been so much more easier for me, because if
Mm-hmm.
you already know what's happening, whether it's good or bad, I don't. It's what's happening. I can't change that.
Right.
Um,
Mm.
but when we put up the shield and make it look like everything's going good, so then when you have example like a breakdown or something, people are like, oh no, we didn't even know anything was wrong, instead of getting to
Mm.
those points. I don't want to feel
Right.
start hating what I do because I'm not expressing how I feel, or I feel blocked in it.
Yeah.
So that's how I think I
So,
kind of.
oh, Wayline, you've originally from Windhoek, right?
Yes.
Windhoek. May I ask which location? Commersdal, uh,
uh
Upper East Town.
no, I was
I
Auckland
mean,
Park.
I know you schooled at Delta. That's what I did a bit of research on.
Also, I give big Delta credit, if we're being honest.
Uh-huh.
I went to
So,
Delta.
where in Windhoek are you from?
Auckland Park.
Okay.
Yeah, Auckland Park. And
Nice. And
so,
then you decided to go to Cape Town?
oh, there's a bit of a delay here, I think, hey? Is there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There is a bit of a delay. Okay, let's get back to you from Windhoek. Where in Windhoek you from?
Auckland Park. And then
Yeah.
I did a year at UNAM, studied media studies, transferred to
Yeah.
Joburg, studied law, um, did that, dropped out, dropped out, started working in entertainment and events planning, and then somehow found my
Nice.
way into comedy. And now,
Lovely. So you're currently based in Johannesburg.
yes, I'm back based in Johannesburg right
Okay, lekker. So, there's something that I really admire about you, and I think also your comedy, and I think you touched based on that now, is this pretense that, on social media, we're all about. where life is really not all about that. And one thing that I really admire about you is the fact that you've navigated on body positivity. Recently, you just shared, about your weight journey, and you're like, listen, guys, screw this. This is my body. This is what I'm on. I accept my stretch marks. I accept my scars the way it is. Let's talk about what that is like, especially for women on the internet, where a perfect body and a skinny body is sort of the in body and the body that's accepted. How are you changing that narrative to really start owning it?
It comes back to, I think, again, like the thing of being more honest.
Mm.
Because I spend so much time. I grew up very skinny. I was very skinny. So I think that also plays a big role in how you view things. Because I know that happiness doesn't lie in skinny. Because I've been
Mm.
skinny. So I know
Right.
it's not the size of your body. There's no weight goal that's gonna make you feel happy.
Right.
When 45 kilograms, I was the unhappiest I was now. I think I'm about, I don't weigh myself, but I think I'm about 70 kgs or something now.
Yeah.
This is that I've been in my body. Because it's also a thing of, you know what? There's certain things I can change about my body, but example,
Mm.
and things, and now my fitness journey is more a health journey. So it's more me
Right.
putting stuff healthy for me, and that in return is making me lose weight. So it's like
Mm.
whether I lose weight or whether I don't lose weight, it's nothing to me, as long as
Right.
I'm doing things that I'm healthier for me. And then
Yeah.
it's also just there's no sound on our end when we're doing this. But you're the only person that's saying you can't hear.
Okay. Really, maybe just a little bit of projection. Okay, he says he can't hear your response. Okay.
I think I'm just gonna keep it here.
Okay.
And
Yeah, so we
then
can at least have a close up of you as well.
my purple eyebrow thing. It's fine. It's fine. No, so
But you
then
mustn't also give us like a left eye, Waylin.
you want different
Give us
eyes.
more. Yes, give us more face.
You want this? Which eye you want? Um, oh, so can you guys hear me now?
Okay, just a thumbs up if you can hear both of us. Moko, Peden as well. Thumbs up somewhere. Like, it's so hot. I'm gonna tell you, it's so hot in Windhoek. As you can see my face, it's really,
I can see
it's.
actually you're glistening. I thought Chomi had Vaseline on. I was like, okay,
Listen,
with
I've been spraying
Vaseline for
myself.
life now.
So I've got this, right? That I just literally spray myself with.
See,
Yeah,
if
sort
you
of like a
I do
sprinter.
it's
Yeah.
literally a rain here almost. So
Okay, so someone here says that they can hear us, but it's just really, really soft. So Waylene, if we could just get it like a little bit closer.
that's why I
Okay.
tried to connect with the. Let me try with this. You said you couldn't hear with the headphones.
Yeah, they said they couldn't hear with the headphone.
Oh, because I'm like,
Okay,
unfortunately,
so both of them saying here that they can hear me, but they can't hear you.
sorry, I need a new phone. That's the whole gist of
Okay.
this is
So as
I
much
need a
as
new phone.
okay, as Waylene is getting ready, please drop some of those questions. Get to check out her page as well. Comedian, a woman that really strives for just cementing herself and really just saying things the way it is. That's what I love about her. Also, Romana saying here, I can hear both of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Waylene. So let's continue with our conversation. I think one thing that I've always admired is just say something.
Hello, can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. I think you should
Okay.
actually sing a little bit.
No, no.
Okay, we can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Yeah. You've found yourself in Joburg and, obviously having gone for studies and, decided to change ways. Has it been tough being a female, especially in a male dominated space? Because, comedy is really male dominated. And here
Here
you
we
are,
go.
female, but
My,
also colored.
my favorite question. Male, female in a male-dominated industry. Gang, gang.
Yeah.
I will say this. I have worked in a law environment and in an entertainment
Yes.
event organizing space. Male comedians are the most um, mildest out of the men. I think any work environment is horrible as a woman. Any work environment where you have to work with other men is horrible,
Yeah.
like by
True.
nature. I think the thing with the male comics is something I decided like last year already
Mm-hmm.
because it's a boys club, it's an extreme boys club. So instead of
Yeah.
trying to fit into the boys club, because for a long time that was what I was doing, I was performing to impress certain male comics, to impress them so they can believe I'm funny and what. And then I was just like, you know what? You guys aren't gonna accept me. It doesn't matter what I do. Doesn't matter what I do. You guys have made your minds up. You were like, this girl isn't funny, and that's it. So I was like,
Yeah.
cool. This is a huge industry. If so, my thing is, and what I love about comedy is it can be a team sport or it can be a solo sport. So
Yeah.
for the last 2 years, it's been a solo sport for me where I went, listen, cool. I'm gonna work and build
Yeah.
my own fan base
Mm.
that will people who will come and see me, people will come and book me. Then I don't need
Right.
your boys club spaces because
Mm.
everything has changed as much as like so in certain channels and stuff. So there was a recent campaign thing for channel, won't name
Yeah.
names, but they had even stolen or used some of my work. Um, Never have booked me for anything like that. Even for the and out of all the other comics, I'm one of
Right.
the few that actually has a social media presence. So I'm
Mm.
like, I wasn't even booked for the social media campaign on it. And I'm just like, you know what? It's okay. It's fine. There's
Mm.
things like YouTube, there's new streaming sites, there's new things coming out every day,
Yeah.
and there's ways to make money from it. So I'm just like, you know what? You guys want to keep these spaces. No one even watches DSTV and stuff anymore as much as they used to. So,
Tell
you
her
just
what you
find,
must.
you find ways around it.
Mm.
I was actually having a conversation with some of my other female of color comics.
Yeah.
And you know what? The sad thing is, it's very sad, but once you realize that you can act on it, as a woman of color in
Mm.
comedy, you are on your own. Because even the other women of color can't help you because they are fighting as many battles as you are. So it's like, I
Mm.
can't help you up. I'm busy crawling up myself. There's no one, like, if we're all in a pit, there's literally none of us. We're not stepping, we're not crabbing, we're not
Yeah.
pulling one down. But there's
Yeah.
not a woman of color that's on top enough that can be like, I can help you. The men aren't
Mm.
helping, the white women aren't helping. So it's like, you know what?
Wait, so there's
Um,
white women doing comedy? Sorry, I might be sounding
no, yeah.
really okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Let's
And so what you're saying basically is that that chain and that image that we all see of, what we would depict the perfect picture of, guys pulling one another, with women, there's none of that. There's none of, listen, let me take you along. Let me take you along
They
to the
can't.
party. I got a
You
show.
can't because like example, I can't take you with example. I don't know. I can't take you with. So even like when some of my friends in NAM or people or artists, I get a lot of messages. People being like, "Yo, wait, can you hook me up with this and this person?" I'm like, "Dog, you don't understand. I was a plus one to this thing.
Mm.
So I can't bring a guest. I was the plus one."
Yeah.
That's like, so that's where I'm at. So it's like, it's building, it's forcing. I'm trying to get to this space. We all are, the
Yeah.
women of color in this space. We're all trying to get to that space where we can
Mm.
help and uplift others. But at the
Yeah.
current moment, it's like, yo, I'm struggling. And it's a thing of, I had this conversation with a friend. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to be a martyr for this industry.
Mm.
Because she was like, yo, why don't you come back home and why don't you start some things and stuff? I'm like, I'm not gonna spend. I've seen how this goes for a lot of people all over
Mm.
the world. you end up never moving forward.
Mm.
And maybe in 20 years you'll see the effect of the work you've done.
Yeah.
And great, you've done this. But I'm like, as narcissistic as that may sound, I'm like, I have my goals and dreams that I need to reach. I can't
Mm.
sacrifice them for other people's goals and dreams or for the greater good of the industry at this
I hear
moment.
you.
And it's
Mm.
that thing of, I can't help you while I'm at the bottom. So that's the
Yeah.
problem with martial. You end
Mm.
up staying there
Yeah.
and you think you're making this great sacrifice, but you're just also still there. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I
And you need
can
to
do
think
better
about
from
you.
the top. Yeah, and I can do better from the top. I can make more of a difference at the
Right.
top. What's the difference? The difference between me now, not, I could have run some gigs or stuff, whatever, at home now in Namibia.
Yeah.
Let's say run some, start up some, work with some restaurants or what. But what is a bigger difference than me coming back in a few years and opening a club?
I hear you. You know,
Creating
there's
employment,
a
creating money in the industry,
exactly
generating, starting an agency that helps to represent comics. Those things
right.
take money, influence, time,
Mm.
and you only get those things from moving up.
Exactly. There's, I'm a believer of positive affirmations, and there's a video that I've watched of Lisa Nichols, and she speaks of, having been so poor that, she had to really start taking care of herself first and disassociate herself with her very same friends that wanted what she had in order to really go chill and hang with those that she aspired to be like in order to better herself, in order to come back to her family and friends and then say, guys, I've made it. Please, I'm willing to now take your hand and let's move forward. You
Yeah,
understand? Yeah.
literally.
Peden Smith said, during lockdown, how has lockdown contributed to your content and your craft, and how has lockdown also influenced your content?
Um, I will say this about the one thing that lockdown created in my content. It made me stop caring as much what people said, because now
Mm,
I had no physical stage to perform to. You didn't see anyone. So I was basically making videos or content into a void. I didn't even care. But I will
mm,
say this is, my following has doubled in this year.
mm.
I went from about
Yeah.
5,000, I'm almost about to hit 10,000. And so what
Wow.
lockdown did for me was, it helped create this um, consistent push of online. Also, in a sense of, because everyone wants the video they're making to go viral, to be a hit for everyone to love. But just like everything in anything, it's not always
Yeah.
going to be a hit. But you have to put it out so that eventually the one that is a hit comes out. I'm so mad. My best video that I did this year is the one with my ponytail falling off. That wasn't even on purpose. That was just a blooper, and everyone's like, the ponytail video killed, because I'm like, guys, I gave you some sketches where I was wearing 8 different outfits, character developments. Nah,
Yeah.
a ponytail
Yeah.
falling off is what you guys want. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
But it's
I,
part of
I, I posted that
it's
in the
part of the
promo
process.
as well because,
I
every
know.
time I watch it, it's just so
Everyone loves the
funny.
ponytail video. Everyone loves the
Yeah.
ponytail video. Like,
Because it's the
I
pony
can't
falling, it's you looking surprised, it's your friend
him
laughing on the other
laughing.
end, you know?
And
So
she was
I've
laughing
posted
so
that as
loud.
well.
Do you know why
Yeah.
she was laughing so loud? Because we were at an event. And at the event already, because I was playing with the thing. I kept making videos where I'm bobbing my head. You know when you get new hair and you don't know things.
Yeah.
I was being all doing the most, and she kept telling me to stop playing with it. She kept telling
Yeah.
me to stop playing with it. It's gonna fall off. I was like, it's not gonna
Mm,
fall off. She's like, it's gonna fall off, and then
mm,
it fell off. So that's what it was like. Her satisfaction of being right. She's like,
yeah.
I told you this thing was gonna fall off.
And
You don't
here
wanna
it was
believe me.
honestly like on video as well. Yeah.
Yes,
Listen,
like just
you,
catch it accidentally.
yeah, you touched on something so important, and I think it's about growing the industry as well. And I think it's so imperative that we need to be honest and blatant with one another that, you know, you said something about, you know, rather making it big elsewhere than coming home and really being able to plow back. And many a times, even with myself as an actor, you know, I've been asked, why don't you leave the country? You'll be appreciated more if you're elsewhere, and you would be able to grow the industry back home. And I've realized many a times I've also found myself at that very same crossroad. And it's more of, you know, many a times I also get inboxes of, you know, actors asking me, I want to be an actor like you. And you probably get that a lot. Hey, listen, let's just quickly do a
Yeah.
gig together. You know, I just need an opening number for a gig. How do we then change the narrative within the Namibian industry to start appreciating the acting, the stage performances, comedians as yourself, and really not just say, listen, wherever, quickly come, just perform, but really
Yeah.
making it consistent, you know?
I think a big shift that needs to happen in the Namibian sphere when it comes to Namibian artists is
Mm,
our audience. So as much as the Namibian artists we are putting in and we're changing things, Namibian audiences need to change their view on how they see, because it's this thing of, it's a Namibian mentality thing of like, but it's Waybeline, it's Adriano. They
mm,
don't see the artist in us. So it's
mm,
like, why will I come to your show? You know,
yeah,
why will I come watch your play? Like, yeah. Then you'll find a South African coming to perform in Namibia. They wouldn't even have heard of this person before. They're
mm,
just like, oh no, everyone's going, so we have to go.
yeah,
Everyone, there's this guy I work with, and he's been flown to Namibia a few times,
yeah,
and I'm like, he's not even regarded here.
mm,
But I'm like, it's because of like clouds and things. And I'm like, yo, guys, when it comes to actual art, what are you going to watch? What are you going to take in? And it's crazy. It's just crazy.
yeah,
So it comes from the Namibian audiences need to start. So even when you do a show and stuff, I had someone give me shit about my ticket sales once, which were, I think it was like about $70 or something. And I
yeah.
get free drinks or whatever. And I'm like,
What?
dude,
Wait, $70 and you gave free
the
drinks.
three drinks. Yeah, like a
Wow.
welcoming drink. There was a, because I
Okay.
had a sponsor. There was a welcoming
Okay.
drink, everything. So I'm like, firstly, I charge about 150 here in SA. I only charge that low because I was like, you know what? I was working new material, what, which I've also decided doesn't matter what I do, I'm charging my normal rate.
Yeah.
Um, and they were like, there was that complaining, there was that thing, and I'm like, guys, someone even asked me to like come home, especially in Windhoek. I
Yeah.
will even be more specific on this. The rest of the
Yeah.
country is actually not that, like, if you go tour, if you go do stuff, they're keen, they love it, they're excited to see you. There's no ego, there's no waiting for you to fail. Let me
Yeah.
even say it like it is, waiting for you to fail. So someone asked me when am I doing a show in Windhoek again, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have an urge. I'm going to be honest. I
Mm,
don't have an extreme urge because I'm
yeah.
not in the mood to fight with people about my standards or where I've
Mm,
come when I don't have to fight. If the people in Joburg can believe I'm funny, why can the people back home not? Why can the people
true.
who are supposed to be rooting for me not?
Mm,
So I'm just like, like
yeah.
I will
Yeah.
eventually, Jim. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm literally building up the urge for it. Everywhere else, even like in the country, I would rather go. I want to go do some shows in Oranje, in like the
Fuck.
north.
Yeah.
I'm more keen on those even in Rebo things rather. But I'm like, I'm not. I'm not. I won't lie to you. I'm just like, hey man, I'm not.
Yeah.
Um, so that perspective has to change, especially and in our millennial age group.
Yeah.
It's this millennial age group thing because it's like we create the shift. So we
Right.
just like on a Thursday night or whatever, instead of maybe going to News Cafe, where
True.
you guys are gonna spend close to 600 on a date or whatever, go watch
Yeah.
the play. Go watch the play.
Exactly. True.
Go just
True.
watch the play.
Exactly.
Go,
And appreciate the
go see what's happening. Yes, go see what's
yeah.
happening out on the cultural sphere. Go watch
Mm,
someone's live, even if you've never heard of this band before. There's live
right.
music playing. Just go. Live music is so beautiful. I
Yeah.
remember we were at Opi Kopi, we performed at Opi Kopi once, and I'm like, I thought I was gonna hate the music because it's gonna be like white music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I enjoy this, like a live performance. There's something about a live performance. Go
Yeah.
see a live performance. Go
Mm,
experience the thing,
yeah.
and it makes such a huge, huge difference. And you
Mm,
feel culturally enriched. Every time I speak to someone in Vintage, they're like, ah, Brad, there's nothing to do there. There's nothing to do. I'm like, you guys are alive. There's stuff to
yeah.
do here. There's stuff to
Absolutely.
be here. But you only go for the things that are trending and that the people that you know are going to.
Mm,
Sometimes
yeah.
not even your friends, but the people, the
Yeah.
popular people in whatever circles you're moving in, go to this place. So we must
Right.
all go to this place. People ask why
Mm,
aren't there new restaurants or clubs and stuff opening? They can't,
mm,
guys, because you guys keep going to the same three places. There's no
exactly.
business. From a business perspective, you can't open more things if the whole um,
The
demographic of the
majority
thing
just
is,
exactly.
is just going to three places. There's no way. You can't.
Mm,
People are like, open a franchise, do this. I'm like, guys, you want to open a Simply Asia. How many people are open to eating that, to eating
yeah.
new food? How
Exactly.
many people? Those people
Mm,
will walk past Simply Asia and go straight to KFC.
exactly. You know, quiz
So,
78 says, I love
mm,
how authentic and honest you are about where you are and what your parameters are. I also think it is something that is missing for a lot of people, being present in your life. And I think that is what I've really been gravitated to you. And I was like, listen, I need Maybelline like Wayline on the show, sorry. And I think for me, just taking back to what you're saying now, within the artist sphere, and especially what is happening in Joburg, what do you think should be applied in Namibia? Maybe two or three things that you think, would make such a huge difference in artistic and obviously the culture of the arts. What can be done? What is it for me personally? If I can just give you a clue, uh,
mm,
a show, give me a show, but let me know that I'm performing for a week and the show is sold out. You know,
mm,
don't be calling me last minute when I've given you a platform to buy tickets online. You know, marketing has been done on all my socials and the newspaper, but then a day on the show, you're still asking me where to get tickets. Just
mm-hmm.
hypothetically, what do you think one can still do different that you feel, you know what, it's happening in Joburg. If only we could adjust that in NAM, the artistic sphere could be so different.
I 100% agree with that one. I struggled with that in Namibia as well. Like, and I'm like, I'm about to go and I'm prepping for the show, guys. On the day of the show, I don't care who's coming, who's not coming anymore.
Mm,
Now it's about the art. You have
yeah,
enough time. I literally even switch my phone off. I'm like, if I call the numbers on posters, I'm not available. So that's one thing audiences need to start respecting. And it's that Namibian thing of, there will be tickets at the door. Hey,
mm,
one thing COVID has changed. There will not be tickets at the door anymore, peeps. There will
yeah,
not be tickets at the door. Plan your nights in advance, plan your things.
yeah,
Like when your favorite artist comes from SA, you buy those tickets, you get them, and you get them done. And then
yeah,
it's over. Um, Second, one thing also, especially with like, if it's not like your, let's say your main show, like your main, like my one woman, or like your specific, a very
the main
um
act.
definite, yeah, main act of work.
Mm,
One thing I've noticed, the cultural divide in Namibia.
mm,
And I will say it's not from the black people, but from colored and white people need to integrate artists now
mm,
need to integrate more into black spaces so that when you do a show, it's one thing. So like in Joburg, why things sell out or why we can do shows in Joburg, we share our fan base, we share
yeah,
it. So example, I was looking through pictures the other day. The last gig I did before the Word Fierce um, in Stellenbosch with
Yeah.
sculptor Federnote and Jackson Corner. So you've got a white man, black man, colored girl doing a show together. Like
Wow.
like in an Afrikaans. So this is majority this is Skulk's people. This is Skulk's audience. Now we are being
Right.
exposed to Skulk's audience. They're
Mm.
like they're mix. You were mixing the. So next time, let's say I'm on a poster, or I'm on a show. Someone that saw me on that thing could be like, "Oh no, I saw it Skulk's thing. She's funny." Even if that person can't go again, they can vouch. They can
Mm.
spread. I am
Right.
now traveling into different spaces. So what we need to start doing in Namibia is that integration needs to happen. But it's from
Right.
artists. So it's like you need to get colored artists performing with black artists, white artists performing with black artists. I'm saying this specifically because I know black artists are not a problem in Namibia. I know
Yeah.
the divide comes from colored and white people separate. I will even say we because I like to include myself when I'm shitting on my people. I don't like to talk to white people because I feel like a white person needs to do that. But colored and buster people, we need to start integrating more into black spaces.
I love
We
that.
will rather go to white places and give our money there and put in our work there where we are anyway. I wish I could tell this every colored and buster person in Namibia, "Hello, what is focal van julle nie?" Like they don't
Mm.
care about us guys. They still
Mm.
also see us the same. So let's rather go with our people. Let's rather join our people and be happier and be
Mm.
more accepted
Yeah.
instead of pretending that we are better,
Yeah.
than them. So
Mm.
once we start doing that, so once you can already, even just if we can combine a colored and a black unity, supporting the same type of artist, listening to because I have a lot of artist friends. I'm blessed because I am an artist. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll be like, when I talk to my colored friends, they don't know who Lioness and KP are, or they know who they
Mm.
are, but they've never listened to their music. They've never,
Yeah.
it's things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, integrate, integrate,
Exactly.
try, try,
Mm. Yeah.
just like try. You'll see, maybe you enjoy it. So now you start coming more to these shows and then things. I'm like, look at all the white people things in the movie. It's supported to a T. Everyone goes to Vika, to these things. We don't even, it's not even part of our culture. We don't even
Yeah.
understand what these things mean culturally.
But we
But
go
we'll go
spend
to
our
the
money
thing.
there.
We'll go spend
And we
the
go
thing.
spend our money there,
Volleyball
you
for
know?
all these things. I'm specifically speaking to colored and buster people because I'm like, this is what we do. This is what we do. I was victim to.
Mm.
I was a perpetrator of it as well. We go to this
Yeah.
December. Everyone will be in Swakop. Guys, Swakop is a white town. You're feeding your money into white people's bank accounts. And then in January,
Exactly.
when the PEP puts its back to school posters up, where is those white people? Where are those white people? When those back to school posters come up, remember, back to school is coming.
Okay. Okay.
So
You've given us
oh, so
one,
wait,
which
that
is
was my one
integration,
point.
and I think
Okay, integrated.
yeah.
Second one,
So we've said integration. We've said the selling of tickets. What is the third one?
sponsors.
Sponsors. Okay.
Sponsors. The
Mm.
Namibian events need to get more sponsors because that's the biggest issue with it. Like,
Yeah.
it's sometimes you can have an audience, but come on, it's like space, all of these things. These people, this is a job. People need to get
Mm.
paid. The small expenses. So, yeah, they're just like, yo, and I mean, unless it's huge, so like take a brand like MTC and stuff, unless it's huge things, they don't
Mm.
sponsor. So I'm like, dude, come on, just small things also. Small things.
Mm.
I don't know what's happening by the NBC. I don't know what's happening there, but that mess is also a big contributor as to why entertainment and art isn't taken that seriously in the country. I think
Mm.
the NBC needs a big, big rebrand. like a rebrand, and even in terms of, because I'm also work a lot with social media and social influencing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a PR shift. A lot of these things can be fixed with a good PR shift.
Yeah.
So targeted correctly, done correctly, and not skimping on the things that matter.
Yeah.
Like I said now, take for example, like DSTV has gotten so expensive over the last years. I remember even like my parents who have always had full bouquet, full bouquet, super sports, all these channels and stuff. They downgraded like last year.
Yeah.
Not that they couldn't afford it. They kept the ones with my dad and kept the sports. They like the sports. But I've introduced them to Netflix. They were on my Netflix account. I don't know, I haven't paid that one. So I don't know if they're watching or not. They got the Showmax, the streaming. They've got so Showmax, Netflix, all under 200 rand for them
All
instead
right.
of paying like 1,000. So now this is exactly what I mean with a good PR shift. If NBC could clock out some great local content or invest in getting some greater things to play, dude, you're back in the World Cup. Because now I know South Africans, even the like wealthy to middle class, they watch the SABC. They watch their
Yeah.
national television. As like
Mm.
they watch that. No one here, people have started, that's why DSTV keeps advertising. Because
Yeah.
it's like people are slowly taking out there. So it's like if you can find ways to make it. Also, as an
Okay, William. Sorry, there was a bit
okay,
of a delay.
yeah, I saw.
Okay.
I'm saying
The last part I caught was, people watching SABC and how one can sort of capitalize on it. And I think that is so imperative. I know with NBC, I'm not sure. This is what I've just heard, that they're rebranding. And it's so pivotal because why do we have a national broadcaster if our work is not on it? Sorry, if
exactly,
Waybeline's work is not on it, if a
exactly.
Namibian artist has created a new music video and it's not able to play on this platform, and especially on prime time when capital and people are able to really say, I'm putting my money in this and I want to advertise on it. Because now you find so many creatives like yourself who's got an Instagram, who's got a YouTube channel, who's got TikTok, who's got Twitter, who's got Facebook. So you're creating all these different channels that sort of becomes a production house, to put it in that way. So you're now creating your own PR. And at the end of the day, 5 years from now, you're asking yourself, why would I need a national broadcaster? Or why would I need,
Exactly.
this space where when I've built my entire channel or my entire space and, this brand that does all of this work by itself?
And it's literally so it's like that thing of like, yeah, because I was like, I just wanted to say, even as every single artist in Namibia, my best recommendation is investing into your social media because of the fact that,
Mm,
we cannot rely on the gigs. We cannot rely. There's basically, if I can tell any artist something, no one's coming to save you. Build your own fan base as quick as
yeah,
you can as possible. Get started today. There's my friend Kim said something to me 4 years ago when we just met.
yeah,
And when I started doing more stuff online, she told me something that's gonna happen is that people who know you or who think they know you in real life are slowly either
yeah.
gonna disengage with your work or unfollow you. She was prepping me for it, and it's the
Mm,
truth. And it is, she's like, but it will hurt in the time, but it's one of the best blessings in disguise. Because what will happen is the more you become aligned with your brand, the more you become the artist to you, the more actual fans and support you will get. People who are inspired by what you
that
do,
is so
people
true.
who like your work, people who are moved by your work. So those are my target. I'm not here to impress anyone else. You don't find me funny, that is okay. There are a
Mm,
million other comics out there. If you don't like me, that is 100% okay. And if you feel like, because the
mm.
thing of people we grew up with, people who know, they're like, she's doing this, she's looking for attention. What? I am looking for attention. That's why I go on stage. Why would I do that if I wasn't looking for attention? You crazy, man. You crazy. Don't say things we all know. But yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't care
Waylean,
about those
listen.
voices anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Listen, we've got
to
literally
any
5
artist.
minutes left. I can't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
can't
that's all I
believe
wanted to
time
say.
flew
All
by so
artists
fast.
just
Yeah. So I can't believe time flew by
um
so fast, but I'm gonna quickly ask you a few questions from your fans. One
mhm.
here saying, Waylean, I just want to know how many wigs do you own?
I've gotten this. I actually don't know how many wigs I have because I have wigs here, I have wigs in Namibia still. So I actually don't know what the exact number is. Um, we will find out one
Okay,
day.
so
We'll
there's
find
a
out
lot of
one day.
wigs.
An infinite amount of
Okay, so
wigs.
you yeah.
Infinite.
And then I think very famous question, where do you see yourself in the next, people always say 5 years, but I think 5 years are so far fetched. Where do you see yourself in the
Uh,
next 2 years?
guys, I don't even know where I see myself tomorrow. I have no idea where I'm gonna be tomorrow. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm joking. One thing is, the only thing I see in 2 years for me is my
Mm,
stand up being a lot better.
yeah.
That's all I see. That's all I'm excited of. I'm excited to see what my stand up looks like in 2 years. Because if it looks like this after four,
Yeah.
I can't imagine how it's gonna look
Yeah.
in, not even to sound conceited. I can't imagine what it's gonna look like
Yeah.
in 2 years. If it's like
Wow.
the one thing as shit as this
And
year's
and and
been,
also
as shit as this
yeah.
year's been, my comedy, me on stage, performance wise, I peaked a bit. Like I reached something. So I'm like, I can't wait to see what's upper on that. I'm pushing to see
Yeah.
what's upper on that. Maybe
I saw
a
this clip of
young
yours on
movie or
Insta.
something. A young movie also maybe. Hmm?
Why not? Why not?
A young,
I saw this clip
just
of
a small
yours.
one. Just a small. Maybe
I saw this clip of
I
yours where
take
you
net
dyed
role.
your hair.
Mm.
Asseblief, dan doen ons 'n lekker fliek saam. Dan kan ek en jou
Oh
broer
no,
en
no.
suster wees.
Verstaan jy
Yeah,
nie?
you know? Listen here.
You're so
Get
clever.
us the gig there on 7de Land, State Worcester, whatever, you name it, we do
You
the things.
know. You're
I
so
like it
clever.
when you do that. So I decided I'm gonna wear this t-shirt, right?
Mm.
So it is the Tonight Show,
Oh, so
starring
with
Jimmy
Jimmy
Fallon.
Fallon. Love it. Love
So
it.
I normally wear every live out, I always try to wear or create my atmosphere with something that reflects the artists that I interview. And a friend of mine got me this on Broadway. And why I'm wearing this is to really say, I wish you all the best. Where you're at, the
Mm.
spaces you're gravitating, where you're cementing yourself in South Africa, the comedy shows. I mean, we've not even touched base on the work you've done on SABC, being part of Comic in South Africa. These are big things, and you've really navigated those spaces. Moreover, so not just as a colored female, but as a female in itself, as a female that's taking up space, that's embodying her wittiness, her craziness, her authenticity. I love all of that about you. What is your last message for those that follow you, those that have put on the notifications to just see when is Waybeline posting, because ek wil tog net lag. What is your message to those that support you, and maybe to the artists that's really looking up to say, you know what, I want to one day be like Waybeline?
To the people who support me, I genuinely,
A Wayline.
I genuinely, it warms my heart. I get it. Obviously, the internet is a horrible place, so I get a lot of bad messages. But there will always be a message that I get once a day, at least once a day. That's like
Mm.
someone that I've never met, someone that has no that I couldn't imagine knowing who I am. Being like, oh my
Mm.
gosh, this video just got me through a tough day. Today, even like on my stories, I was just venting. I was a bit serious, but I was just speaking. And so many people responded and they were like, yo, thank you, I needed to hear this, and stuff like that. That makes a difference
Yeah.
to me as an artist. You know, the only thing I want is for people to take in my art. That's all I ask. That's
Yeah.
all I ask. If I wanted the money, I would have stayed in law school. If I did this for money, I would have gone into
Yeah.
a career that has money, unlike being a dumbass and deciding to
Yeah.
pursue a career in art. It's because I also need it. So thank you to those who support me. It means so the absolute world. That's why I was like, everyone clowns me sometimes for calling my fans way bays. Call them way bays because they're like bays. They're close to my heart. It's like so close
Yeah.
to my heart, and I love them. To any artists,
Yeah.
especially in Namibia, like I said, I know it's a harsh reality to know this. No one's coming to save you, but there's beauty in it.
Mm.
There's beauty in it. There's a freeing moment in
Yeah.
knowing that you will control your career. You can control how you
Yeah.
navigate this, how you push this forward. My best advice is just start today. Everyone, I've been making these videos and
Yeah.
stuff. My phone is on life support. You guys saw the charging, I mean the headphone situation. I do everything from this little phone. So just start, find a way,
Yeah.
do it today, and you'll blink, and in 2 years you will have been somewhere. So that's all I can say. Just start doing it. Understand you're in this alone when you
Yeah.
start. No one's coming to save you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, basically it's
Wow. Wayline, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate your time that you could spend with us on this Sunday. And
thank you,
I
this
can't
was
wait to watch
lovely.
you in person. I can't wait to buy a ticket to your show and just come support you.
Thank you so much, Adriano. Thank you for having me. This was lovely.
Bye bye, and Merry Christmas
Bye.
to you.
Merry Christmas also.
Bye. Sharp, chat to very dry. There you go. That's Wayline. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for having tuned in. What an amazing show, honestly. This is the second last show. Next week, Sunday. Yeah, next week, Sunday. What's the datum is that? Yeah, next week, Sunday is the 19th. We'll be having another artist right here on this platform where we get to sit and chat to them and really just saying goodbye to the year. Please head over to my Instagram TV, on my Instagram page. Look at the amazing artists this year that we've been chatting with and really just sharing a lot of insight. Next year, we're going bigger, better, perhaps a podcast. We're just looking for that sponsor and sending so much love to maybe it's Waybeline. Check to be dry.